Have you ever wondered about those who dream of a better life versus those who create it? Are you waiting to accomplish your dreams and goals? Welcome to Create It Now. With your hosts, Jonathan Stone and Dawn Elizabeth. For the next 60 minutes, we're going to put your dreams into motion and create it now. The phone lines are open at 731-1230. That's 731-1230. Or toll free 1-866-820-5528. That's 1-866-820-KLAV. Now let's bring on the host and create it now. Here is Jonathan Stone and Dawn Elizabeth.
Hello and welcome to the Create It Now radio show with your host, Jonathan Stone, myself, Dawn Elizabeth, just in case if you can't tell the difference.
Yes.
And hello, Jonathan. How are you?
Fine, Dawn. And how are you?
I am doing well. Getting crazy time of year, but I love it. And it's fun, exciting.
Yeah, there's a lot of hustling and bustling. We have to send a shout out. We had a guest today, and she's not feeling very well, so she's going to actually fly out here in the beginning of the year and spend New Year's with us. And Suzanne Mercado, we wish you a speedy recovery and are really looking forward to you coming out here and being on the show.
Yeah,
and talking about branding.
Bummer she's sick. Hope she feels better soon. It's probably weather changes that kind of hit her, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, when we were there, it was like 80 degrees the whole time.
It's been changing, so. But yeah.
Yeah. So today we're going to just kind of play around and enjoy and talk about life because she threw a wrench in our program.
That's all right, though. We can handle it.
We can. And then we have Mike over here, our engineer, and hopefully he'll be joining in every once in a while. And we're looking forward to it.
Excellent.
So how you doing, Mike?
I'm okay, guys. How are y'all today?
Good. We're so glad you're here.
Pushing 18 million and one buttons here.
I know.
Something here that says, don't close this pot.
Okay.
So I'm not closing it.
A little scared.
Yeah. He's cooking over there. We don't know what's going on.
He's always cooking over there.
Okay.
All right. So let's talk. One of the quotes that I really like, breathe in the future, breathe out the past.
Huh.
You know?
I like it, yeah.
Yeah. So just like you just breathing in the future, everything that's amazing, everything that you want in life, and then that was the past.
Letting go of the past. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can't let your past define you. You have to move forward and keep creating and
taking action.
Yeah, and getting I was going to say, and comparing yourself to yourself, being a better you each day.
Right. Make the best out of it. And so it's really good. So every time I take a deep breath now, I'm going to try to remember that. I'm bringing in the future. I'm bringing in positiveness.
Right.
And then, okay, cool. Now we're moving on.
Nice.
So I think, but I got to remember to breathe out now because I'll be so consumed with breathing in. Just be like, hyperventilate. We'll have to do the show. I'll have to have a paper bag so I don't pass out.
If we have to remind you to breathe out, I'm a little scared of that.
That's Mike's job.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah. Guys, give me all the difficult work to do here.
Exactly. Right?
Man, if you quit breathing, man, we're calling 911, okay?
Exactly.
Oh, right.
Thank you.
We can do that. That's
we'll
right.
Ship you out of here, man.
I guess we can do that too.
Yes. Something else we should talk about. Life can be simple again. I think with all the chaos and everything that's chaotic going around, and with the holidays, you got to kind of dumb it down in a sense and make it simple. Because it can be simple.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I think we just get so caught up in what's going on and shopping and in the malls and everybody's complaining and fighting and they're just running ragged. They're not taking time to go, you know what? This can be simple. Let me enjoy the shopping thing because I'm going to be able to give these gifts. Or, I'm enjoying this holiday season, spending it with friends and family, but also the guests that we've had on who have been so inspiring.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to make it as simple for myself as I can. So we've had some amazing guests and very powerful. And Erica yesterday was wonderful from the Shade Tree.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I can't wait to go visit that.
Oh yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, coming back to your idea of slowing it down, I mean, it's up to us how fast in a way that we go, Right. I mean, we can choose to let things fly past, or we can slow down and enjoy them as they come along. So it's up to us, and thinking about that like on a daily basis can really help.
Yeah, put you in the right frame of mind.
Yeah.
And stuff. And the other thing is, everybody seems at this point to worry what other people are thinking. You know what? Basically, let people take you the way you are and not at all.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way I've decided.
Yeah.
Stop changing and trying to please other people.
Right. Well, I mean, if you think about it, we've talked about it before. The way people react to you isn't necessarily because of you, but something going on with them.
Right.
And they're not slowing down and appreciating what's happening around them, and they're reacting in a different way. So not taking it personally and being able to kind of get through that situation and still enjoy.
But especially during the holiday seasons, everybody's, again, going back to, what kind of gift to get. I have to go to this party. We have to do this. Just chill. Enjoy it.
Enjoy it, definitely.
And, our calendar is crazy this year.
Yes, agreed.
And that could make most people nuts. I mean, and we have good friends, Betty Ann and Bob Golden, who we'll see tonight, and they do stuff every day, 2-3 events a day.
I know.
And they're always smiling.
They're on the go all the time.
I would be nuts.
Yeah.
I would. I texted them, I'm like, do you people sleep?
Yeah.
But they're enjoying life, and it's all about gratitude to them.
Exactly.
And they appreciate every moment. And today they sent me a beautiful card, and they're just wonderful people, and they're teaching me a lot about gratitude. And I always have this thing where meeting a whole bunch of new people drives me nuts at times. I like to just go to an event, but when you go with these people, they introduce you to everybody.
Meet everybody there.
Everybody.
Yes. Which is great.
It's nice.
Yeah.
And then everybody's inviting you to new events. We've made so many new friends.
Right.
And
it's funny because a lot of times when I go to different events, my first reaction is to sit back and watch and observe and not necessarily be in the mix of it all. And it's a little bit different.
Right. But do you know
you're
what
in the mix from the moment.
But do you know what that really is?
Nope.
Passing judgment. I realized that. I was taught that. Somebody actually pointed that out to me. We're not actually sitting back. We're creating these stories and judgment of how to act and react. And that's what we do. When you go into a party, a lot of times when you're actually being quiet, you're actually really passing judgment on all these people. Do I want to communicate? Bob and Betty, man, they just jump in.
Mm-hmm.
They do. And
Absolutely.
They pull you with. I mean, I could be talking to one person, and then all of a sudden I'm being yanked, right?
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, it's like, I want you to meet so-and-so. But we met Ben Stone the other day, great singer, and Jasmine, his girlfriend, and then we got invited to that Body English charity things. Tonight we're going to another event. And but I'm trying to embrace more of connections and communicating and being open and receiving.
Very nice.
And then everybody's friending on Facebook.
Right.
So it's just like we're meeting so many new people.
Absolutely.
And they all want to do the show. Next year, I'm so excited about the show. A lot of people were traveling, but with a lot of these people that we met, some of the great entertainers in this community and the not-for-profits, everybody really wants to do the show.
Yeah.
So
it's funny that you say next year. It sounds like that's
know.
supposed to be next year. Sounds like a long way away, but it's very, very, very close by.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting. So, but we do have to take a quick break, let some of our sponsors speak. And you're listening to the Create It Now radio show. Don't forget to find us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter at Dream It, Create It. And we will be right back.
Ben Bella Books is a publishing boutique that aims to be the publisher of choice for a select group of authors. Authors who value personal attention, a partnership philosophy, flexibility, and a creative approach to marketing. Ben Bella Books is a fast-growing, market-focused publishing house whose success is based on a few simple principles. They select their titles with care. They provide their authors with first-class service and partnership. And they provide aggressive, creative marketing for each title they publish. Find out more at benbellabooks.com. benbellabooks.com. And if you're a reader, check out the many great titles available at benbellabooks.com.
Roxy from the 702 Rock Show, right here at VegasAllNetRadio.com. Listen to my show every Friday, 4 to 5 p.m. to hear about local artists, musicians, fashion designers, and more right here in Las Vegas. So tune in every Friday, 4 to 5 p.m. to hear me, Michelle Roxy Davis, right here at VANR on the 702 Rock Show.
My name is Brandon Shia, and you're listening to Create It Now.
Create It Now. Continues. Join the conversation at 702-731-1230 or email create@createitnowmedia.com. Here again, your hosts, Jonathan Stone and Dawn Elizabeth.
Hello, and welcome back to the Create It Now radio show. And don't forget, you can find us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter at DreamItCreateIt, or jump over to the website, www.createitnowmedia.com. And if you sign up, you can get a free shout out for your business right here on the radio at KLAV.
Nice. Yeah, so what we're basically Dawn and I, and hopefully Michael, every once in a while jump in. It's just about the holiday seasons, and don't get that stressed out about it. And even with your business, one thing is really try to be determined to be positive. For a lot of people, it's a tough time of year, and business is going slow or going into the new year. But really try to be positive.
Find a positive side.
Right. And be around positive people.
Yeah.
It's really easy at this time of year to kind of be a shut-in.
Sometimes it's hard too, and if you're out at different parties or different family functions and getting together with family, it can be hard to get away from that negativity. It might just be there and you have to deal with it, but finding ways to positively deal with it, either, just put a smile on your face, or, have a positive comment even if somebody chooses a negative one. If you have to, walk away. Find a way to make it positive for yourself so that you can keep your positive in your life, even if somebody else doesn't choose that for themselves.
And I have to tell you, because usually at this time of year, I do stay home a lot. I mean, I get invited to parties and stuff like that, but I don't go as much as we're going now. And I'm having an amazing time. And we went to this party the other day with an older group of people, and they had a blast. And they did this white elephant thing. This was the first time I've ever heard of the white elephant, when people could steal your gifts.
Right.
Have you heard about this, Mike?
Yeah, we used to play it back in the Carolinas, and we called it Dirty Santa.
Okay.
Yeah, we called
I like that term.
So
I like that better. Yeah.
Did they play it to the point to where they let you choose a gift, right?
Right.
And you opened up the gift in front of everybody.
Yep.
And let's say, Jonathan, you opened up, and it was we'll just say it was a nice collection of bath towels. Okay.
Right.
And all of a sudden, you don't know Dawn. Okay. And Dawn's sitting across the room. And she likes those towels. She can come up and steal those towels, and you get another package, and you open it up again. But then again, I could be sitting over there, or my wife could be sitting there, the next in line, and steal the towels from her.
Right.
So they play it like that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
Dirty Santa. Yeah.
Yeah, I like Dirty Santa. White elephant. They're like, you're going to a white elephant party, and I'm like, okay, I know the expression, there's an elephant in the room.
Right.
But I had no idea. So people were stealing gifts. I got one stolen. You got all your
3.
stolen.
Yeah, all mine kept
she got
getting
3 stolen. But people were stealing the gifts that they brought, too. They were stealing back their booze and stuff. It was hilarious.
Yeah, that's a fun way to make a holiday party exciting and enjoyable. And
Right. And I had a really early number, and I thought, oh, cool, you get a cool gift. But you don't realize everybody's eyeing. And then people are walking around the room to look at the different gifts and go,
Sure.
Hey, what'd you get? What'd you get? I'm like, what do you mean? And they're like, I'll take that.
Yep.
You got to wait your turn, though, right? You got to wait your
well,
turn.
I had number 3.
Ooh, you're right out of the hole, man.
So I was like exposed. I'm standing out there naked. Like, there's all these people like in their 60s and 70s and stuff. They're prowling though. They were ready to pounce.
Yep. They know. They've been playing the game for a while. They know how it works.
They were
You're
good.
new. You got to learn this stuff.
I was scared. I was afraid. They just because when you're opening it, they're salivating.
Yep.
They're waiting. But that's what I'm saying. Like, even with these people, it was like, be positive. And we actually had a little fortunate incident. Somebody did get hurt.
That's all right.
But yeah, no, but I mean, people stayed positive.
Yes,
I
exactly.
mean, the people,
Even
paramedics
that
came,
person,
and that person, his wife, they stayed positive, and we're sending out our prayers.
Absolutely.
To them. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's our choice if we're going to stay positive in situations or if we're going to either be negative or react poorly. It's our choice, so we have to make that decision on our own, how we are going to be in each situation.
Right. Also, pay really close attention to the people that you care about right now, because so much is going on, and we're shopping and we're doing all these different things that we might not be paying as much attention or listening or just getting so wrapped up. And it's really important for communication and to listen.
Yeah, absolutely. Make sure you're not just listening to the words, but how the words are being said.
Right.
Behind it. What is the real message behind it? Because a lot of times, someone can ask, how you doing? And somebody answers with fine.
Right.
Does that really mean they're fine? How are they saying that? What's going on around them otherwise? And make sure you're really paying attention to that.
Yeah, but I prefer it when they say fine. I'm like, no. When people,
Except for when you say it and other people hear it, and then you're like, wait, why didn't they listen?
What
to
did
me?
they ask? No,
why
I always
didn't they find out about it?
I always say amazing.
Yeah.
I say phenomenal.
So
I always say amazing. But there are a lot of people, we've talked about this before, that when you ask them how they're doing, they tell you.
Right.
Oh my God, this hurts. This, I have to see my doctor about that. So just, find something positive.
Yeah.
And everything that happens, that helps you grow, even if it's hard to see it now, but, just there's a reason for it.
Right.
Don't sit here and just go, oh my God, woe is me. I mean, I am woe is me because we didn't hit that $630 million lottery. 2 people won.
Oh, they did?
2 people won $630 million. We
Good
were going to give Mike a big raise if we won that.
I know.
I got to go for that.
Yes. And then we would have done a white elephant thing. Here's $4 million. I'll take that gift. Here's your bath towels back.
Nice. But yeah, I mean, everything that happens for a reason. I fully believe in that. Positive, negative, good, bad, whatever it is. It happens for a reason, and we need to choose to learn from it instead of letting it can hit us, and that's okay, and we can react, but don't let it consume you. And move through it, learn your lesson from it, and
right. And it might not be a lesson that you're learning right now.
Right.
It could be a lesson that you're meant to have learned down the road. So look at everything and don't just sit there and go, oh my God, why did this happen?
Right.
Down the road. And I've learned a lot. I mean, especially in business. At the time I was running a company and things weren't going good. And people were making decisions and I was allowing them to, and I kind of lost control of the situation, and we were going through a lot of money, and people's egos got involved. But that lesson, and at that point, I'm like, my life sucks. Right. This company, we're losing everything. Everybody's keeping their eye on the ball. Everybody's trying to change in different directions. But now, I am so glad that happened. And it took me on this journey where...
It took you a while to realize that it was...
It's taken me years. Yeah. I've said it every day, sitting there, beating myself up about it. Now I'm like, oh, my God, I would never go in that situation again. I would never handle business like that again.
Right.
I would... So much more about accountability with people. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't even... Vesting, I didn't even have people vest in the company. I just gave them their stock. And if people don't know what that is, you have to work a certain amount of time. And then you get a percentage of the company. Now you really want people to invest. They work a lot harder, and
they have the skin in the game too.
Yes, so it's really important.
Yeah, I mean, even though sometimes those things, like, it's kind of that stepping out of it and being able to see it almost like a third-party person, knowing that you're going to learn something from it, and the next time around it'll be easier.
Right.
You know, because to check certain things, to follow certain procedures, whatever it is, it easier and better because you've gone through it once. The school of hard knocks, it happens. Exactly. We got to do it.
But don't let it keep you down. Right. Move ahead. Keep going forward. Remember that mistake or whatever went wrong. There's another thing. People go to educate themselves, and we're talking about this in, real life education. You don't have to educate yourself just to be rich. Educate yourself to be happy.
Right.
You can become rich while you become happy, but it's more important to be happy than to be rich.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, you can have a lot of money and still be unhappy. Some people think that the money will make you happy, but if you're already miserable, the money will make you more miserable.
Exactly. You'll just have a lot more friends being miserable.
Yeah.
But so we're telling the people who won the lottery, if they want to make a sizable donation to us so they are be happier,
Absolutely.
we are more than welcome to take that off their hands.
Right. We'll definitely help them figure out what to do with it.
But I think it's true. I think a lot of people, I need to get education. I need to do this. I'm going to be rich. I can do this. Just educate yourself to be happy, and then everything else will come.
Well, yeah. I mean, you do need to be educated. You need to know what you're doing and what you're getting into. Yeah, you should always be learning. We've talked about that before. But make sure also, too, you're taking that action.
Right.
And as you learn more and you do more and you're happy, that money part's going to come.
Right. And a lot of things in companies and stuff that we're doing and starting is because of things that we love. We're working on a new music project we'll tell everybody about down the road because of our love of music and the people that we know in the music industry. And yes, we'll do well on it, but I'm so happy to be around it.
Right. It's the experience, the people, everything involved in it. It's fun and exciting.
Right.
And money will come from that. It's not when a lot of times when you start a business just because of the money aspect of it, one, it's either could fail because you don't have your heart in it. You're just out for the money. Or two, it could be the most miserable time of your life, even if you make a ton of money. Some people make that decision. They'd rather be unhappy and make a lot of money than be able to have both and be happy and make money.
Well, a lot of things we're doing now is, I don't even think of it as work. It's playing.
Yeah.
We're getting paid to play. And it's nice. It's really a good feeling. I don't want to go into something to be a slave to and to be miserable.
Right.
And right now, with all the people that we're meeting and finding their positiveness and their gratitude, I mean, we honestly are surrounded by some of the most wonderful, happy, beautiful people that are just around, and it's so infectious, and I'm so blessed, and I'm so thankful for us.
Absolutely.
One of the things also, it's better to look back in life and go, I can't believe I did that, than actually look back and said, I wish I did that.
Right.
And it's the same thing about going to the parties and regrets. Rather go out there and screw up than never tried.
Yeah, and it's like the questions that we talked about yesterday that we gave as our as a challenge for people to start asking themselves on a daily basis, and that's one of them. What's that thing that you want in your life that if you didn't have, you would regret not having it? Yeah. So asking yourself those questions can really help you get on the path to being happy and enjoying what you're doing.
Right. Well, you know what? In the end, people are going to judge you the same way. So, you know what? Don't try to live your life to impress others.
Right.
Live your life for you. Love yourself enough to never lower your standards for anyone either. But go out there and do it. And it's so important. We actually had this conversation. We were with somebody at a meeting, and they're like, well, when do we get started? We're like, now.
Right.
And then we actually got up off the table, went into the music studio, and started.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, I'd rather take that chance. I'd rather see what would happen, and even if it goes wrong, doesn't work, it fails, or fall on my face, whatever it is, at least I know I've tried it.
And then you get back up.
Yeah.
And you know what went wrong, and it wasn't meant to be.
Right.
But at least
everything
you
happens
tried.
for a reason.
Exactly. And then down the road, when you'll have an aha moment and go, do you know why that failed?
Right.
And you'll get it. You'll realize it that's your lesson.
Exactly. So yeah, I'd rather when I'm on my deathbed be able to say that I tried everything I wanted to do. Kind of like the bucket list. People have a bucket list of things they want to do and experience. It's kind of that same idea, being able to get through your entire bucket list.
Exactly.
And why wait till later to do it? Because you don't know if you're going to have it later. So start now.
Let go of fear.
Yeah.
Just make it happen. Take action.
Yeah.
Always be moving forward. Always be moving forward.
Absolutely.
I mean, the journey starts with the first step.
Right. And your journey already started, so get moving.
Yeah, exactly. We're running. We're running.
Go.
And you got to breathe in and out. Don't forget.
Don't forget to breathe. But still, go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't be parked.
And so, real quick, I just wanted to say with that, the go, do it. I mean, before in the past, I've always done that, stopping and trying to figure out if it's the right thing to do. And I realize and I've learned that I'm not happy until I just go for it and try it and see what it's like. And otherwise, it's boring.
Right. But I think that's how we're a good balance, because I jump a lot too. But you get me also to, you go, cool, let's jump. But now what are we going to do? So you allow me to jump, you know.
I'll see if you break your leg first.
Exactly.
If you break your leg, I won't jump with you.
It's not actually jumping. She pushes. Look at this ledge. Boom.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that is, I'm more of the on the go, hyped up, you know, where my wife is the laid back one. I take more of things to the heart. She just sort of lets it just fly. You know, I guess personally I do that. Business-wise, I've learned business is business, and that's the way it is, you know, and just let it go. You know, control. I had one of the best general managers that I ever had to work with in my lifetime told me, control the things that you can control and roll with the rest of it, because if not, you will stroke out quick.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and I've learned that with my life, you know.
Yep.
And I worked in the bar and the restaurant business for many years before I got back into radio. And my thing was, when you came into the club, I wanted you to be happy. I wanted you to have fun. I wanted you, and of course, a happy customer means they're a spending customer, okay? And he goes, you've got to learn one thing, Mike. He goes, you cannot make everybody happy all the time. Right. And I tried to, and I about stroked out.
Right. Do you know, they say that more heart attacks happen on Monday mornings between 6 a.m. and 10 a.m. than any time during the week, because people are getting up to go to work, they're miserable
and stressed out,
and that's when more heart attacks happen.
Wow.
So that's why we don't start till Tuesdays.
Exactly. That's why we took Monday off.
We start Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Just sleep through Monday. We don't even care.
We need to make sure we can go past those heart attack times.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, that's part of doing what you love, and you know, if someone asks you the question, or I ask the question now, what would you be doing right now if money was never an issue to you? Money, time, place, location, whatever was not an issue. What would you be doing at this very moment? And if it's not what you're currently doing,
don't do it.
Find a way. Well, and find a way to do the one that you want to do. How can you start adding that into your life?
Right.
With that, though, we do have to take our quick commercial break. Let our sponsors speak. You're listening to the Create It Now radio show. Don't forget to check out the website, www.createitnowmedia.com, for your free business shout out. And we will be right back.
Blowing it out at Gene Woods Racing Experience, Las Vegas's newest premier outdoor adrenaline-powered gasoline go-karting track with speeds in excess of 45 miles per hour if you've got the balls. We've got 2-for-1 Tuesdays, buy one and your friend rides free. We've got $5 off coupons, and remember, on your birthday, members ride free. And they get a free Gene Woods Racing Experience t-shirt, open Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. till 11. Saturday and Sunday, noon till 11. And we're located at 121 East Sunset Road in Las Vegas Boulevard at the Sports Center across from McCarran Airport. Come blow the doors off your competition at Gene Woods Racing Experience. Once you race here, you won't go anywhere else. Be there. Be there.
It's an idea whose time has come. Full Circle Couture is the fashionable way to exchange and recycle clothing. Full Circle Couture sells all kinds of new and gently used clothing and accessories. They accept donations and exchanges for in-store credit. And Full Circle Couture donates the items they can't use to local charities. We support teachers through discounts and donations. Come to donate, stay to shop. Full Circle Couture at 9440 West Sahara, Suite 170, just west of Fort Apache. Find out more at fccfullcirclecouture.com. That's FCC Full Circle Couture, COUTURE.com.
This is Les Brown, Mrs. Mamie Brown's baby boy. Those of you that are listening, I encourage you to listen to Create It Now, because it will teach you how to live full and die empty, how to begin to manifest your greatness and make your mark.
Those who can do. This is Create It Now. Join the conversation at 702-731-1230 or email create@createitnowmedia.com. Here again, your hosts, Jonathan Stone and Dawn Elizabeth.
Hello and welcome back to the Create It Now radio show. If you're just tuning in with us, we're talking about how to live life without regrets, to enjoy every moment, and how to really fulfill your life with your passion, things you love, people you love, and how to just have fun with it. And if you missed any of the conversation today, you can always find the rebroadcast tonight on VegasAllNetRadio.com at 11 p.m. or the archived version at www.createitnowmedia.com. So, Jonathan, what else can we talk about when it comes to living without these regrets?
We have so much to talk about.
I know.
But I think what it's really good is because it's towards the end of the year, everybody's going to make their New Year's resolution. So I'm hoping this is helping people. It's helping me talk about it. To bring it out. I mean, one thing I feel that everybody spends so much time trying to fulfill everybody else's dreams instead of their own.
So putting yourself first.
Yeah, I get help people and make a difference, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes. But, you know, it's also that thing of looking good.
Right.
You know, so many people have that need to look good. You know, 1 minute they get, and that's how so much gossip, you know, and we've talked about this before about how much gossip drives me crazy because people need to look good. And one day they're with one group of people and they're like best friends. The next day, you know, it's another group.
Right.
And whoever that they are with that time is who they need to impress and look good to.
Right.
So it's, you know what, stop trying to look good all the time and just, you know, just be. Create your own dreams. Make your own dreams happen, you know? I mean, Mike, you've been in this industry for a long time. I'm sure you've seen that quite a bit. How everybody's trying to impress her, but just do what you love. I mean, you love racing and stuff like that.
Right. Well, you know that too. I learned this a long time ago, okay? My mother had this expression. It's not the gown that makes the woman, it's the woman that makes the gown, okay? Or vice versa for us men. It's not the suit that makes the man, it's the man that makes the suit. Great. Being that you can dress anybody up in high-dollar fashion or this or that, and they can still be a real you-know-what, okay? And, you know, I look at people at the inside of them, not because they've got a big fat bank account or what kind of car they drive or what kind of clothes they wear, you know? I mean, a lot of people don't know. Blue jeans, for an example, all blue jeans are made out of two basic fiber materials.
Yeah.
Okay. All blue jeans. They're made out of an 801 flake and a 132nd nylon, unless you got black jeans and it's black instead of blue. The only thing that you're paying for is the button and the tag on the back of it. Right. So the expensive, the expensive blue jeans doesn't make Don, me, or you any better. Okay. So
right. No, that's a great point. But the reason I was asking you, Mike, too, is because you work in the racing world.
Right.
And so you see a lot of egos.
Oh, yeah.
But you also see a lot of, you know, a lot of times you'll talk about how amazing this person was or how generous or how much they donate or, you know.
Right.
I mean, like the other day. So that's what it is. They don't care about looking good. They just about going on the track, doing their job, and then giving back.
Right. Exactly. And I mean, ego out there, you know, whether you're running 100 miles an hour or 200 miles an hour, ego will get you killed real quick. Okay. It will. And that's anything in life. I mean, you can be, you know, an entertainer or something, you know, I mean, ego can drive you down real quick.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, how many people like bump each other and people have been killed because of ego on the track?
Oh, yeah.
On the track.
Yeah. It certainly can happen.
Yeah. Road rage. You know, another thing I think is really important, thank you very much for all that, Mike, and for the blue jean facts. But you know what? You really need to be honest about your feelings. I think that's another way to get stroked out.
And that kind of goes
stressed.
along with the pleasing everyone else
Right.
as opposed to yourself, is just almost like being a yes man, or, just always agreeing even if you don't, and not getting your opinion out there. That can bottle up pretty quickly.
Right. And please do not apologize for your feelings.
Right.
So many people do that. They're like, I'm sorry I feel this. Don't. You know what? That's who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not honest with your feelings, then people don't know. Then there's lack of communication. Then you start building up all this resentment towards that person.
Right.
And just go tell them. I mean, I'd rather somebody communicate with me and go, you know what? I don't like you. At least I know.
Right.
I don't have to try to figure out why or what.
Yeah, at least you know.
I mean, I've been called worse than I don't like you, but you know what? At least I know. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, being honest with other people is also being honest with yourself. And that is going to make it easier for you to be happy.
Right.
If you're bottling up all these feelings over and over, then you're not going to be happy. You're going to end up taking it out on somebody else. It's going to be a
and
big
then they're
domino
gonna have
effect.
resentment. Right.
Yes.
And that brings us to, you know what? It's the holiday season. A lot of people are holding grudges with some member of their family and somebody they really care about. I think it's time for people to let them go.
Yeah.
Because you just never know, as you said earlier. And I remember, even with my mom and her brother, they had an argument for many, many years. And they would try to bring out the olive branch here and there, but it never went through. And then he had brain cancer and passed away.
Wow.
So, it's the holiday seasons now. And those of you that are fortunate to have your family and stuff, if you're having a grudge with somebody, just reach out.
Well, yeah, I mean, that goes along with, then you regret not mending that relationship. Because if somebody passes before you are ready for it, or it's going to happen, then you're going to regret having that grudge, and you might not even remember what it is. I mean, my
Most
family...
people don't, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of time. There's been a lot of those in my family. They've had fights, feuds ever since I was a little kid, and it's almost like, well, why are you still fighting about this? You were... little, you know what I mean? You were younger. People change. Like, why are we still fighting about this? And that can be a huge block in being happy.
Those are people like that when they want to start hashing up stuff 20, 30 years ago or whatever it might be. No, bye. See you later.
Exactly.
Right.
I don't have time for something that happened on the school ground play yard when we were 9 years old, and you're carrying this grudge for 30-some years, Oh, bye.
Well, yeah.
You know what it is? People like to get caught up in that drama and negativity, though. They do. People love to get caught up in it.
Well, in studying with like NLP and communications and things like that, one of the biggest things that people do in an argument will be bringing up past things that are happening. And in an argument, you should only be talking about the current piece at hand. That's why arguments get worse. That's why people start hating each other even more, because they're bringing in past things that have nothing to do with now.
Drama.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's why I brought up communication is so key, talking about your feelings at the time.
Yes.
When it happens. If somebody does something that bothers me, I want them to know.
Right.
Now, and then I will express my feelings. They apologize or whatever. If I do it, they apologize. I mean, my biggest pet peeve with that whole thing is if somebody said, Jonathan, you did this and it bothers me, and then I go, I'm sorry, and I truly am, because maybe I didn't realize it, or it was a sore subject, or whatever it may be.
Right.
And then they keep bringing it up. Do you remember you did that back then? Do you remember,
Yeah.
And they're still living in the past, so they're bringing you in the past, but then they're angry about something completely different. And so now you don't know what's going on. It's like being blamed for something you didn't do.
Right.
And that drives me crazy.
Well, yeah, I mean, if somebody's apologized, then you need to move on.
Right.
I mean, even if they don't apologize, find it in your own heart to forgive them so you can move forward.
Right. But being blamed for something I didn't do, like if somebody you don't like the way I look in this, and you're like, I'm sorry, I didn't say that. Yeah, but I could tell.
Yeah.
Have you ever had one of those experiences? And you're just like, what? What happened? And now we're getting into an argument over something I never said or did.
Right.
And that's why communication is so important.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. And, the other thing that's so amazing, we were talking about families and stuff and how, forgive and people that are close. But more people would rather spend time with people that don't make them happy fulfilled that aren't family members. You know what I mean? If you know, oh, I'm going to go with these people, they're always going to get drunk or something's going to happen. There's always drama. People get attracted to that. Instead of just being like the happy with the, family, people always need to go out.
Right. Well, it's a lot of people are attracted to that drama. I mean, that's why we like to watch these different reality TV shows.
Right.
Exactly. Because of the excitement, the drama behind it, and, oh, look at how great this or how horrible this was for that person. And, I mean, people are attracted to it. Yeah. And it's so much around us in, media, television, video games
that this is a whole life.
It turns into your life, people are around it in these electronic ways. They bring it into their own lives.
Right. Well, that's why we were saying, maximize your downtime, shut off that TV, because you never want to have the regret of not making a difference in anybody else's life.
Right.
And we've seen some amazing organizations here lately, and they've been talking, and go out and volunteer, give back.
Right.
Because
absolutely.
You will regret that. And so, I mean, it was great how that all segued together, but it's, it's one of those regrets.
Yeah.
And also, don't regret failing. Not regret failing, but people fail because they're so scared of failing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They actually, because they have that fear of failing, so they've already set themselves up to fail.
To fail, yeah.
And then it becomes a regret because then they never tried it.
It's kind of like what you think about, you attract, kind of like
right.
The Secret, what you put out there, you're attracting. So if you're always talking about failure and thoughts of failure and talking about everything that can go wrong, that's all you have in your vision. Yeah, that's all you see. So that's what's is going to happen. If you also look at the positives and find out what could go right, you're going to start attracting that. Because there could be two people in the same situation, and one has all the failures and one has
right.
all the positives. Well, why is that? Most likely it has to do with their mindset, what they're putting out there, and what they're looking for. Are they looking for success, or are they looking for failure?
Well, what's that quote? Like is... Somebody help me out
sure
there.
Where
There's a
going.
quote.
Where are you going with it?
Like is like-minded people. Do you know what I mean? If you're in a positive place, you're around positive people. But there's
right.
a great quote about that.
We'll find it. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, that's a huge way, whatever you're thinking about. It goes along the lines from the beginning of today about talking about being happy and creating a positive for you. Exactly. If you're looking for positivity and wanting to be positive, your life is going to start surrounding yourself with positivity.
Yes, I completely agree, because so many people look for the positive in others instead
right.
of themselves.
Yeah.
Trying to make others feel good. You can't do anything until you can help yourself. And that's why, we talk about the thing on the airplane all the time with the oxygen mask.
Oh, yeah.
Put it on yourself first and then help others.
Right.
So whatever you do in life, you have to help yourself to be able to help others.
Right. You have to be in a good place in order to help other people be in a good place too.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, that goes along with, like, a lot of times people question those in a teaching or education type world or seminar world, because what have you done
right.
to teach what you're talking about?
Or
you
lived.
know? Yeah, exactly. Or lived. So you want to be aware of that as well.
Right.
And we do need to take our last break. I'm getting yelled at over here with hand gestures. So you're listening.
I ain't yelling at you. I'm just trying to
I'm
just trying to keep you in track,
Thank
That's
you.
why they pay me the little money.
Exactly. You're listening to the Create It Now radio show, and we will be right back.
Hi, everyone. This is New Media Vegas, your Sin City webmasters in Las Vegas, Nevada.
More than just web design, complete integrated marketing with inspired innovations in delivery of your new media message, putting the groove and the backbeat back in your brand.
The hottest in design trends with the latest innovations in marketing techniques. Call New Media Vegas at 702-517-0184.
Or visit us online at www.newmediavegas.com. Don't forget to check out our online magazine, Sin City Presents, featuring business, technology, fashion, dining, and entertainment news.
702-517-0184. 702-517-0184.
The best television isn't on television. It's on the internet. Log on to realwisdomtv.com for thousands of hours of motivational and inspiring content. On demand, all the time. Unlike network television with its sex, drugs, and rock and roll, realwisdomtv.com provides wellness, wealth, and wisdom. From how to read faster to creating greater wealth, realwisdomtv.com is for you. The learning never stops, and neither does realwisdomtv.com. Log on now to realwisdomtv.com.
Hey, this is Danny Vegas, and let me tell you something. When you're ready to stop dreaming and start doing, you need to tune in to my friends at Create It Now, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 3 o'clock in the afternoon to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Like I said, quit dreaming and start doing.
Welcome back to Create It Now. Join the conversation at 702-731-1230 or email create@createitnowmedia.com. Here again, your hosts, Jonathan Stone and Dawn Elizabeth.
Hello and welcome back to the Create It Now radio show. If you missed any of our conversation today, don't forget you can listen to the rebroadcast tonight at 11 p.m. on VegasAllNetRadio.com or find the archived version at www.createitnowmedia.com. And we'd like to give a business shout out to Michelle Roxy Davis from 702rocks.com. Thank you for coming to the website and signing up and getting your free business shout out.
Yay.
So today we're talking about being able to live without regrets and things that we can do on a daily basis and on our mindset in order to help us live without regret and have a fun, exciting life.
Yeah, and we should recap on a few of those things.
Absolutely.
Like the one thing that we started with is breathe in the future and breathe out the past.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm still doing that. So I'm still breathing,
good.
Which is good. I didn't turn blue.
That's good.
And I hope everybody understands really what that means about breathing in the future. Bringing in positive with every breath of air you take, just be like, thank you. Without having to say it. Just like, you know what? Or I can do this.
Absolutely.
And then just let it go. So every time you take that breath, just be like, I'm going to make this happen.
Good.
Yeah. Let others take you as you are. Don't try to please the world.
Right.
You know, just be who you are.
And
learn who you are. Love who you are.
Come to you,
yeah.
yes.
Don't be that, you know, that image that everybody else makes you out to be. Just be who you are. Be true to yourself. And then you'll be true to a lot of other people as well.
Right.
And no, everything that happens in your life
happens for
a reason. And you might not understand why it's happening to you right now and why it's happening in this situation. Even with a lot of people with illnesses and stuff, but it makes them stronger. And then some of these people become the biggest advocates, and this is how they find cures. And then they go on the road being speakers, and they help other families, you know. So I think that's really important to, you know, with Sherry Watson, when we had her on here, you know, she kept saying why, and then she started changing, like, you know, what was the reason this happened to me? How do I go make change? And she started the American Disability Act.
Yep.
Which is really powerful. Always, you know, the other thing too, and what I really liked about Sherry is always be determined to be positive. You know, no matter what the situation is, try to find the best in any situation. And I know it's tough. It's hard. I mean, we all go through that. We all get into our own head.
There's enough negative in this world, you know. It's just like I won't. Don, you don't watch TV, right?
No.
No. Do you own a television?
No.
Okay. No. I can't stand the news.
Right.
I mean, you know, I would rather watch, you know, sitcom or I'd rather watch a soap opera than to watch the 6 o'clock nightly news, because there's, out of all the stories in a 30-minute program, Jonathan, one good one in there? It's all, you know.
But the worst part of that is it's not even the news anymore. It's people's opinions. If I want to hear the news, I actually will go read something, because otherwise you can go to two different news stations and they're calling the news, skewing it the way they want. It's their opinion. It's not even just telling you the news. You know, it just blows me away.
Yeah, so choosing to be positive and surround yourself with positive information.
Yes. The other thing, what we talked about, you know, pay close attention to the people that are around you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, start getting back with family.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and if you've got to hand an olive branch in, you know, be the bigger person.
Right.
You know, make peace in your life.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that should be a great holiday thing. You know what? If you
Not
just
even that.
reconnected.
Yeah, but I mean, at any time,
Right.
it doesn't. You don't have to wait for a holiday to do it.
Yeah, but I called it a holiday show, so that's
You're
the only reason I have to, you know, tie
But
everything
yeah,
in.
I mean, really, if you want to be able to live without regret and be happy and enjoy your life and you following your passion, you have to do it on a daily basis,
Right.
yearly basis, weekly basis, lifelong basis. You know,
Right.
you have to do it all the time and always keep those ideas in mind in order to, because it's easy to get distracted from it.
I think you just need to just take one action every
I
day.
agree.
Oh,
Absolutely agree with you.
exactly.
Yep, definitely. If you take one action, it can change you. It can make a difference.
Right.
So even if you just choose to make a phone call to somebody you haven't talked to in over a month,
Right. And
imagine how that can change your life, how it can change their life.
yeah. And everybody laughs at me when I say my Rolodex because they go, "Oh, it's so old school." But it's true. Reaching out to these people. And when I call it my Rolodex, it's like my vault of people that I know are there. It's not a separate Rolodex, but it's about people that I can count on. And we were just like even in Orlando, and how many new friends and old friends that just came out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and just called people I haven't even talked to in years and said, "Hey, I'm going to be out there working on this new project," and they booked tickets and flew out.
Right.
You know, that was amazing.
Absolutely.
But you have to reach out. You're never going to get anywhere until you reach out to somebody to ask.
Right.
You know, it's okay to receive.
Yeah, absolutely. And really just make sure that you're being true to yourself with that. You know, you're always honest with yourself and you're making sure you are happy and you're not necessarily just pleasing everybody else.
Right. And one of the other things that was really important, it's like we were talking about before, it's better to look back on life and say, "I can't believe I did that," than to look back and say, "I wish I did that."
Right.
Which is really important.
Yeah.
Because so many people, you know,
Yeah.
and some of the things that you say, "I can't believe I did that," is actually a funny story, which turns
Right.
out to become a great story.
Definitely. Absolutely. And really making sure you're following that almost like the bucket list idea.
Exactly.
Going through that bucket list and knocking them out one at a time.
And that really goes back to about putting out that olive branch, contact and say, "I can't believe, you know, we fought over that. I can't
Right.
believe I didn't communicate back with that person."
Mhm.
You know how much better that is to go, "I'm so glad I called you."
Right.
And they were like, "I didn't even know you were mad at me. You just stopped talking. I didn't know I did that to you. Sorry." A lot of people don't know that they wronged you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's making sure that you're being true to yourself and being able to really even let go of it yourself, even if somebody else isn't. You
Right.
need to be able to let go for yourself and your own sanity and your own happiness.
Right. Well, we talked about it the other day when two people can be walking and they're talking on the cell phones and they're friends. One person doesn't see somebody, they have an emergency at home, they bump into each other. Then that one person for the rest of the day will be like, "I can't believe how rude that person was." And then
Right.
the gossip starts.
Yeah.
And I think we're wrapping up now. So we have to say thank you to Mike first. And
Absolutely.
then I'll let
Thanks,
Dawn.
guys. Appreciate you. Always got a great show here, man. You guys,
Thank
I hear
you.
a lot of good stuff on the streets about you guys. So just keep doing what you're doing, man.
Thank you so much.
It's always awesome working with
Yeah,
you.
we're working on living without regrets, living a fun-filled, exciting life, and enjoying what we do. So you're listening to the Create It Now radio show. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget you can re-listen to the broadcast this evening at 11 p.m. on VegasAllNetRadio.com or go to the website www.createitnowmedia.com and join us again tomorrow, Thursday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And dream big, take action, and create it now.
Have an amazing weekend.